If marketing were a reality show, his tagline would be, I don't chase opens, I attract them. It's Event About It with Jay Schwedelson. Hey everybody, welcome to Event About It. I'm your host, Megan Martin, and our guest this week is best known for turning subject lines into dollar signs. He's the email whisperer behind 15 million tested subject lines and the guru of Guru Media Hub. Welcome to the studio, Jay.
This is a cool intro. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. So I think it's no secret that you and I are both a lover of reality TV. So
Yes.
what are we binging and loving right now?
We're in a lull right now, but what is coming out this summer is Bachelor in Paradise, which is going to be incredible because it took a year off. So I'm very excited about that. And also, the new Golden Bachelor was just
I
announced,
saw
which I'm also
that.
excited about because they went a little bit younger. The last Golden Bachelor was 70. This guy's 66. And I think it's going to bring a younger audience in. So I'm fired up. What about you?
Well, I'm still recovering from White Lotus being over. I
Yes.
know that's not reality TV,
It's
but
close.
it's very close, my favorite. I'm a lover of all things Bravo. And so The Valley just started last week, which
Yes.
I'm finally seeing Jax's demise and hopefully him getting help. I hope that's where this leads. But I'm super into The Valley right now.
I love it. I love it.
Well, cool. So let's get into some fun email marketing conversations. So as we said in the opener, 15 million subject lines tested. You run the world's biggest event marketing event. You still have time to roast really bad email copy on your Instagram, which I absolutely love. So after all these years of in email marketing, what still excites you? And like what gets you jazzed when it comes through your inbox?
In general, your email database is the most valuable asset in your company, and I will stand on that hill and die on it. And the reason I say that is there's no other marketing vehicle that you can communicate with your entire audience at one time. So if you wanted to go on search, good luck. I mean, you have to buy every word, you have to beat the algorithm, forget it. Social, you post on social, maybe 10% of your network sees it. Buying TV ads, radio ads, you can't do it. So email is the only marketing channel where when you want to communicate, you can. And that excites me. So I am a big fan of email. And if you do it right, emails never perform better than it does right now.
I think doing it right is the key word there.
That's
And we're
the
going to
key.
definitely get into that.
Yeah.
Well, which leaves us right into we're going to play a fun game, a
Ooh.
little spin on your own podcast called Serve This, Skip That, where email myths are going to get dragged, the tactics are getting served, and the truth is going to get loud. So I'm going to toss out some subject lines, CTAs, and email tactics, and you have to tell us, is it serving or is it getting skipped and left on red?
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Just add a discount. Everybody loves a deal.
Is that a subject line?
It could be.
Oh, well, if you do have an offer like that, and that's going to be your subject line. First of all, I wouldn't start with just whatever. But you got to push it aggressively. It's got to be in your subject line, your pre-header, your headline. So if that was actually the subject line, I would say skip that because it sucks. But retooling it, it could be great.
Okay. What about sending your newsletter every Tuesday at 9 a.m. no matter what?
I'm not actually a fan of 9 a.m. I do like messing around with the time. I'll give you one hack in terms of what time you should send out your emails. Everybody makes the mistake and they send out their emails at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., 11 a.m., always on the hour. About 80% of all emails are sent out on the hour. So in the first 10 minutes of any hour, all the promotional email shows up. So if you actually send your email out not on the hour at 8:04, at 9:15, at 8:22, 11:09, you actually see about a 15% rise in the percentage of people opening up your emails because your emails then don't show up with the block of all the other garbage. So as long as it's not on the hour, it's okay.
All right, I like that. Personalizing the subject line with a first name.
That's horrendous. I will skip that. That's really 1985. Everybody now does that, so it doesn't work. But other personalization, the subject line crushes it. So instead of name, if you, like, for example, put somebody's job title or function in the subject line, and the subject line was something like, just for event professionals, right? That does phenomenal. or just for people in the retail industry. If you want to put in the industry, it does phenomenal. Or just for affluent investors, if it's on the consumer side. When you personalize with function or title or interest or geography, it does incredible to increase open rates versus just first name, which is like ridiculous.
Yes, I would agree. Adding RE, like reply, so it seems like a fake reply thread.
No, if you do that, unfriend me, unfollow me, block me. I don't like you. You're a horrible person. And you also are the world's worst marketer. So we're going to definitely skip that.
Definitely skip it. All right, using more than one CTA in the same email.
Here's the situation. If you have an offer, right? Let's say you have an offer and you're like, I really hope this thing happens. I hope people register for the webinar. I hope they register for this event. I hope they download this thing. You're hoping one thing happens. If you are hoping one thing happens, then every link in the message, everything, the link from your logo, the CTAs, you get rid of social sharing links, get everything to go to that one offer page. But if you're just doing kind of an awareness play or it's a newsletter or whatever, fine, you can have a bunch of CTAs going all over. But if you are sending out an offer, you want to have everything drive to that one offer page. It drives me bonkers that people don't do that.
That's a good tip. Sending to your entire list every time.
Come on. That's ridiculous. It's like having a party, right? Would you invite everybody you know to every party you have? I don't even want to have a party. But if I did have a party, I would invite the right people to the right party, right? And it ruins your deliverability. It ruins everything. And not if every time you hit send, it's for everybody, then the email you're sending out is for nobody, right? So segmentation, personalization, come on, let's get with the program here. That's not good.
I mean, that's good advice all around when you make
Yes.
an event or try to be everything to everyone, or if it's everybody's job, it's no one's job.
100%.
It's good advice all around. All right, putting emojis in the subject line.
Yes, come on. Emojis work. The problem with emojis is they have a bad rap. If they were called business icons, I think everybody would use them. They just have a stupid name. And there are emojis that are not stupid. There are check marks, there are circles. There are different. The game is, how do you get your email to stand out and not everybody else's? And when people are doing that social scroll in their inbox, that emoji, that graphical element will catch your eye and make you stop for that millisecond and consider the email. Look at every major email newsletter. Okay, the biggest ones out there, right? How about Morning Brew? If I say Morning Brew, everybody thinks a cup of coffee emoji. They've branded their newsletter with that cup of coffee emoji, and every major newsletter does that. So especially for newsletters, branding your newsletter with an emoji is a great tactic.
Agree. You heard it here first. Rebrand the emoji, the business icon.
There it is. It's right here. We just did it.
We just did. We're gonna make that happen.
Make it happen.
Preview text that just repeats the subject line.
That's weird. No, I wouldn't do that at all. Well, first off, the pre-header, which is that kind of gray second subject line, definitely shouldn't. If it says something like, are you having trouble viewing this? Then you need to quit your job. You're a horrible person, because that's ridiculous. But it should be an extension of the subject line. One of the things that works the best is starting the pre-header with one of three words, either the word and, but, or plus, because it's this continuation from the subject line. So you say, hey, I want you to check out this great new event. And then the pre-header says, and you have this discount code, or but we're early birds ending today, or plus this person's speaking. When you have a continuation word at the start of your pre-header and you capitalize it fully, all the letters, it really lifts your open rates a lot.
Good to know. All right, using a GIF, GIF, whichever way you like to say it, to highlight a CTA or feature.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would incorporate that sometimes. Movement is great. I don't believe in embedding video. I don't think that works well. And people try to say it works, and that's a thing. It's really not a thing. But GIFs are great, especially if you do like a GIF meme. Those work really well. It does not hurt deliverability. I mean, a GIF really it's not a video. It's really just like 3 or 4 images that are stitched together to make it look like there's movement. So if you've never tested an animated GIF in your emails, I don't care how boring the group is that you're marketing to, you should do it because it does lift your click-through rates.
Agreed. And so many people speak in GIFs and memes these days. I mean, I have so many friends that I swear all we do is send memes to each other. We don't even really communicate.
As well, that's the way it should be.
Yeah. All right, last couple. A/B testing send times instead of content.
Both. right? So you really want to be thinking about send times, but also thinking out of the box a little bit. I'll give you an example of what I mean. So weekends are doing really, really well now. Sundays are doing incredibly well. And a lot of times marketers are like, well, I don't send on a Sunday. Fridays are doing really well. Marketers be like, I don't send on a Friday. And what you want to think about is not, is Sunday better than Tuesday? Because that won't happen. But you're reaching different populations of people wearing different hats at different times. So, for example, we know now on Sundays that director level and above contacts, more decision maker contacts, they spend more time with per email on Sunday than any other day of the week. So long form emails, for example, on Sundays do really, really well to decision makers. And it may not get the same open and click-through rate that your during the week emails get at whatever time, but you want to have benchmarks for weekend sends, for during the week sends, for Friday sends unto themselves, as opposed to just, oh, Tuesday's the best day of the week for us. You're not reaching the same population of people each day. So you have to do it all.
No, I love that advice. I definitely am a Sunday emailer. I catch up on everything, get ready for the
Yes,
week. So I'm definitely
totally.
that person. All right, last one. Ending every email with let us know if you have any questions.
Oh my goodness. Do people do that? They shouldn't do that. I'm a big fan of getting people to reply, right? So when you tell somebody, hey, reply, let me know what you thought of this, or reply and tell me something else we should cover in the next newsletter, or we should talk about in the next podcast, or an idea you have for the event, reply and let us know. And the reason you want to do that is not just to feel good and get replies, but when you get somebody to reply to your email, there's no stronger signal to your email delivery infrastructure that you enjoy getting that email. And for the rest of your existence, whenever that sender sends you an email, it will stay in your inbox. So actually pushing to get ongoing replies will improve your deliverability massively.
Love that advice. It's definitely the reply is the accepted invitation that opens the
100%.
door to conversation.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thank you for playing Serve This, Skip That. That was a lot
Yay.
of fun. All right, now we're getting into my favorite part, our favorite therapy session, the vent of the week. This is where you get to let it all out. Event fails, unexpected chaos, and are you kidding me moments. No filters, no sugarcoating. So, what's an email marketing trend, tactic, or something that absolutely drives you nuts about events?
And this is so small, but it actually has such a big impact. Every time event marketers or anybody having an event, they send out their emails. They will have their call to action button in their emails say the word register. They always do it. It's like, here's our event, register. And it's like nails on a chalkboard for me because that's what you want them to do. You want them to register, right? But what is in it for them? They don't care. It's almost like screw off. I don't want to register. So when you flip the script and you say instead of register, you have your call to action buttons, the rectangular buttons actually say things like, yes, I want in, or yes, I can't wait, or save my spot. Instead of the word register, we see click-through rates go up like over 20% just by changing that. And the whole mindset is when people are promoting their events, oh, it's not working. We keep pounding our database. We're sending out too much email. That's not, well, it's why it's not working. We're just sending too much. No, you're boring. You are not thinking about who you're marketing to. You're thinking about what's in it for you, the sender. You need to put on your hat being the recipient and stop being such a jerk. So that's what drives me nuts.
So, not a register, change that, save my spot. So, in that same vein, if that email or somewhere on the website has like a ticker down of like how many tickets are left.
I like that. That's
Right. So
great.
we only have 1,000 seats, or I don't know, making up a number. You would want to know how many are left.
Oh yeah, and first off, when you do that, make sure it's never a round number because round numbers nobody believes, right? I have 972 tickets left. Ideally, it's a smaller number, right? And I have 174 tickets left, and I would actually put that in the subject line too. It's a great subject line. We only have 97 tickets left, right? Because it does create FOMO and like, oh my God, I really do want to go to this event. I need to make the decision. So any way to create urgency is everything.
Agreed. So I'm guessing this is my event that my soapbox I've been on for a little while. I hate the early bird registration, like prices going up. Well, one, typically my companies are typically paying for this. So like it's my company's money, it's not my money. I don't really care if the price goes up. But there was an event I was evaluating and I'm still on the fence if I want to go or not. And I got an email that said early bird rate goes up. after such and such date, but it only went up $100.
Right. It's
I'm like,
garbage.
okay, well, I'll wait. I'm willing to pay an extra $100 to wait. There was no incentive for me to actually sign up or do anything.
Yeah, and there should be a content incentive now where it's like people that register now in the next 24 hours will get this special, content bundle and nobody else will get it or whatever. It doesn't just need to be about dollars. And I think that's a
Agree.
big fail by marketers.
Oh, I completely agree. I think people want experiences. So, like the
Yes.
first 100 people that register or register before this date to get access to a
Yes.
special keynote or, like you said, a content
A-
bundle or something like that.
Absolutely.
Like, give me something other than a discount because
Yeah,
it's not worth it anymore.
I agree.
Awesome. All right. Well, last up, it's the time to event about it. It's the part of the show where you get to spill the tea on a memorable event moment. So either a huge success, a total disaster. What's your story? You speak at a lot of conferences, you attend a lot of conferences. You have to have a good story of something crazy that's happened.
Yeah, I have different stories. So I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one from my event, one from another event. So I went to an event. I was staying in the event hotel. It was a giant event, and everybody at the event was staying in the hotel. And I didn't want to go out to dinner, so I ordered room service to my room. And it was one of the places where room service was still a thing, where they bring a card in. It was great. I was like, "This is amazing," because I just got to sit in my room, watch reality TV, eat my dinner. And then I was finished with my dinner and I ate my dinner in my boxer briefs. That was it. That's all I had on. Okay. So after I was done, I go and I push the cart into the hallway and I hear click and the door shuts behind me. And for some odd reason, I knocked on the door, which was very odd because I was the only person in the room. And then I realized, oh no, this is very, very bad. I'm now in the hallway in my boxer briefs with nothing, no phone. I mean, nothing. And there
And
was
a
no like
hotel full of your peers.
everybody that was there was in this hotel, the whole thing. I go, well, we're doing this. So I went to the elevator and I got in the elevator. I went down. As soon as I got off the elevator, that's it. Humanity was there. Everybody was there. And it was terrible. And I went to the front desk and I'll never forget. The guy at the front desk goes, how can I help you? And I go, are you kidding me? I need my key. And then some really strange human who was attending the conference came up to me as if I was fully clothed. And he goes, hey, I want to talk to you about the session that you're doing. I'm like, dude, I got no clothes on here, man. This is not the time. So that was a really, really, really bad moment.
Here's a secret if it ever happens to you again, because this has happened to a lot of people. I've seen people it happen to. There are phones by the elevator, and you should just pick it up and call security and not have to do the walk of shame to the lobby.
Well, that advice would have been good in that moment. So that didn't work out that well.
It's happened to a lot of people, if that makes you feel better.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. I'll tell you the one about my event. So at our events, we do a lot of crazy stuff. And so one year we did the Hot Ones Challenge live, where it's the chicken wing thing where you eat the hot wings. And I had never done it. We did it like legit. And we had 25,000 people watching at this event.
And you were eating these chicken wings.
Well, I was eating the chicken wings. It was me and a couple of other marketers on screen at the same time. And we bought the hottest sauce from the Hot Ones, the actual challenge. We said, what are the hottest ones? And then I never thought about it, whatever. I had my wings, everyone's watching. And I went like this and I poured it on and I couldn't get it out. So the whole thing was whatever. And then I ate the wings and I was violently ill that night. And I had a keynote 30 minutes later. I mean, the whole thing was like, oh, I could have done an ad for Depends. It was a rough 24 hours.
Well, thank goodness this wasn't the same story where you got out of your hotel room.
Right, exactly. So yeah, so that's the way it goes. This is event life.
So tell us about the experience of eating the hottest wing of your life. Like, would you ever do it again?
I would put less sauce on it. The game is you don't put it all, right? You do like a dot. That's what they do, like a dot. I didn't know that. And I was trying to oh, this is going to be so funny, whatever. And I went all in, but you can't go all in. Very, very bad idea.
I mean, it was funny for somebody, but not funny for you.
Correct. Yes.
Well, that's a great segue. You have a big event coming up. Tell
Yes.
us about Eventastic and maybe some of the fun stuff. Maybe not a wing
Yes.
challenge, but what other fun things do you have planned for us for Eventastic coming up?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So, Eventastic is a live virtual free event. It is the world's largest event about events. So, it's for people that put on live events, in person events, small events, webinars, public speaking, anything related to events, expo halls. And we're bringing together the best speakers from all over. It's a 2-day event in June. It's going to be great. And Andy Cohen is keynoting. He is where the reason we wanted Andy Cohen, other than him being fun from Bravo, he does BravoCon. So he is an actual event marketer. So we're really excited about that. And we try desperately to make our events totally different, totally fun, totally wild. So some of the things that we're doing at Eventastic is we are going to have skydivers skydiving live that we're going to be talking to while they skydive and doing an interactive session with them live. So
Super
that's
cool.
cool. We have the greatest Simon Says guy in the world. We're all going to be doing a Simon Says thing live together, which is going to be crazy.
I wonder if that'll be a Guinness World Record. Like, how many people have done a simultaneous
Well, you want to
Simon
know a
Says? I wonder.
secret, which I'll say here. So at our other event that we're doing later this year, Guru Conference, which is our email marketing event, which is also virtual and free, we are working with Guinness World Records. We haven't announced it yet, but we are actually going to be breaking live with all the attendees an actual Guinness World Record at that event.
That's
So
amazing.
I'm all in on Guinness World Records. And so, yeah, so we try to do stuff really, really different. So Eventastic should be a lot of fun. Everyone should be there. We have a limited number of virtual seats, which is true. Everyone's like, why? I'm like, we buy a certain amount of virtual seats and then that's it. They're gone. So everyone should go and register because why not?
Well, where can people register?
There you go. It's at eventastic.com. I always say this wrong, but it's Eventastic. So there's only one T. So eventastic.com and everything's right there and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, that's awesome. And where can people engage with you? You give such good insights. We're going to get into it a little bit on the after show. You had a post recently that kind of blew my mind. We're going to talk about where can people find you?
I appreciate that. So I post way too much on LinkedIn. So please connect with me on LinkedIn. That's my home. I'm starting to post more on Instagram. So it's my full name at Jay Schwedelson. If you want to hang out there, definitely connect with me. And then I have a website that is just jayschwedelson.com where you can find all sorts of nonsense. And yeah, and I apologize for the bad memes.
I mean, everybody loves a meme.
There you
So
go.
is there such thing as a bad meme? I don't
Right.
think so.
We'll find out.
We'll have to check it out and see if we
Right.
find a bad one.
Right.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining another episode of Event About It, where we turn event mishaps into marketing gold. If you enjoyed the chaos, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with somebody who needs a laugh. And don't forget to head over to eventaboutitpodcast.com, send us your events and stories to be featured on a future episode. While you're there, you can join the Squared Squad, where you get access to bonus content, engage with episode guests, and catch the Event About It after show for dynamic dialogue where Jay and I are going to talk about email tactics most marketers overlook, how to actually drive clicks during event season, and why your post-event email might be the most important one you send.
Ooh.
And until next time, keep growing, keep laughing, and definitely keep eventing about it.